Man, it is a beautiful day in northern Colorado. Gorgeous Canvas Stadium and a perfect day for homecoming in Fort Collins. It's the Colorado State Rams taking on their longtime rivals from down south in Albuquerque, the New Mexico Lobos. And welcome inside Canvas Stadium. A huge crowd expected. With Seth Bonner, I'm Drew Goodman. Well, last week both of these schools enjoyed victories, but it's been a while since both have enjoyed back-to-back victories for a number of reasons, and that one, this is a very, very big game for both schools.
It really is, to try to find some kind of consistency with each program. Each team is fighting hard, trying to get things done. They look to get that second row in a win. Whoever plays best will get it today.
Well, we saw the Lobos last week in Las Vegas. They got it done. They scored 50 points last week, and that's what they have been doing. Every ball game, it seems like, averaging 42 points a game. Only Utah State in the conference better. Their most points through 5 games since 1916. I remember that 16 bunch. Bad dudes. They were really, really talented. And, of course, last week they were balanced. Not only 250 on the ground, 250 through the air, which the last few years you would never have thought of with a New Mexico team. But Sharon Jones has been marvelous.
He's been great. Calvin McGee's come in and brought this passing attack that kind of fits well with the rushing attack. And Sharon Jones, 250 yards, 65% completion last week, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, Drew. He is getting it done in a big way for the Lobos.
Yeah, he has been spectacular so far coming off the bench, the Tennessee transfer. For Colorado State, they have played a most difficult schedule. They finally got a victory last week on the road in San Jose. They were up 28-0 at halftime, then the third quarter happened. They gave up 30 unanswered points. But instead of caving in, they found a way.
They did. They fought. I mean, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the Rams. But somehow the coaching staff kept these young men in it, and they continued to battle and fight. And were able to get back in it in the fourth quarter and put some good things together.
Yeah, and the fourth quarter, it was this drive. This is a 50-50 ball, and it's not bad when you throw it up to Preston Williams because most of the time he's going to come down with it. He won that battle, and the drive was capped off, handed it to Izzy Matthews, who was over 100 yards rushing. And again, Colorado State found a way when everything turned against them in that third quarter.
And they needed that, Drew, for confidence. They need that confidence boost. To finish that game off the right way on the road was huge for the Rams. They look to swing that momentum in here this afternoon.
For more on this one and some of the strategy, we're going to go downstairs and check in with Brad Thompson. Brad?
Guys, one of the big things for New Mexico this season is how they've been able to run the football. They're averaging over 200 yards rushing this season. That's second in the Mountain West. They had 252 yards rushing against UNLV. A very impressive performance, and UNLV was trying to stop the run. Their running back situation is running back by committee. Tyrone Owens, 5'9", 188 pounds, but he can run it up inside the tackles, and then their big back, Zanir Schuler, short yardage, goal line situations. They've got a number of impressive running backs. On the flip side for CSU, they're going to want to get penetration and disrupt things in the backfield. They had 9 tackles for a loss, including 6 sacks in the game last week against San Jose State. They held San Jose State to just 48 yards rushing. So that was a season low for San Jose State. So that's how CSU is going to do it. It's that penetration, disrupt things in the backfield. Guys, we'll see how this matchup plays out.
Yeah, it should be interesting, Brad. Thanks very much. Players to watch brought to you by Peterson Toyota. Coming off the edge for New Mexico, Rashawn Epting has been most disruptive, and one of the top linebackers in the conference remains Josh Watson.
Absolutely, and a leader for this team. He is the guy they're going to look to. He's done an outstanding job. One of the top linebackers in the nation in terms of tackles per game, gets it done. And you look at the Epton kid, you talk about his versatility. He's a kid that can also rush off the edge. He does a lot of things for the Lobos.
Well, CSU won the toss, and as most schools do, they deferred to the second half. So New Mexico will get the football. Elijah Lilly is the guy they'd like to see handle it if he gets an opportunity. But Wyatt Bryan, especially at altitude, has a penchant for kicking it where no one can catch it other than fans or security personnel. And we are underway. This is going to come down around the 2-yard line and bobbles for a moment. And CSU does a great job covering it. Lilly knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So New Mexico backed up a little bit. Their quarterback is Sharon Jones. And Seth alluded to this a moment ago. He was not the starter at the beginning of the season. They've gone through a couple of quarterbacks because of injuries. Tavaka Tuioti, I should say, and Colton Gerhardt also went down. But this kid was a really highly recruited kid coming out of high school and settled in Knoxville for a brief time.
Yeah, had some playing time in Tennessee, and he's a guy that is very calm. He's very mature. Coming off the bench in that game where they were getting blown out by Liberty 42-10. He did come off, throw for 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Then he backed that up with another 4-touchdown game a week ago where he didn't turn the ball over, made all the right decisions, made all the right reads, looked like he had a full understanding, full grasp of this offense they're running.
So Braylon Scott steps in, and this is bottled up in the backfield. This will be a loss of a yard as they tried to run wide against Colorado State, and it didn't work out there. Taking the handoff was Tyrone Owens, the senior from Manor, Texas.
Emmanuel Jones and Caleb Smith in on the tackle.
Yeah, you'll hear us mention number 33, Emmanuel Jones, quite a bit today for the green and gold. He's coming off the left edge right here. And they're going to keep it on the ground. There's going to be a bigger loss, and the ball comes out. Ball comes out. Did Colorado State recover before it went out of bounds? Yes, they did. What a huge play by the defense for the Rams. Covering up the foot, Caleb Smith knocked it out. Trey Thomas, I think, got on it.
He just shoots the gap, and right there you got to have ball security and understand. And you see Trey Thomas able to get it, but right here, look at that ball swinging around. Caleb Smith in on back-to-back plays. Huge turnover. Big-time play, and there's a turnover belt.
Well, you want to talk about a short field. It's 1st and 10 at the plus 12-yard line for the Rams, and in a quarterback is KJ Carter Samuels. He's a graduate transfer from the University of Washington. They send trips to the near side. With Izzy Matthews standing to his right. Preston Williams, one of the more dangerous receivers in college football, in the inside part of that formation, and Matthews breaks a tackle. Stays to the 4-yard line. That should have been a 3-yard loss. He ends up picking up 7.
And listen, you forget how big Izzy Matthews is with his size, but right there, Aaron Blackwell, who was all over the field a week ago, misses him in the backfield.
I mean, Blackwell's 290 pounds. We have a New Mexico player down. And he just shook free from his tackle, and Izzy Matthews, who rolls about 210, 215, got it down to the 4-yard line. Here's a fade. Nope, stop fade. Touchdown, back shoulder throw, Preston Williams. 6-0 Colorado State. That guy one-on-one is close to uncoverable, Seth.
And literally the catch radius is so wide. You don't have to make perfect throws. This is unfair, and we spoke at length with Coach Davey about the evolution of the passing game, and especially with the taller receivers and the back shoulder throws and what used to be fade stops. And it is such a specific skill to be able to throw that ball accurately behind the guy's shoulder.
7th touchdown this year for Williams.
That's too easy. And listen, if you're Jalen Burrell, they're taught to stay in and fight through the hands, but he allows for separation. He doesn't hug up and stay tight. He allows for that separation.
This one lands 5 yards deep, so New Mexico, after the touchback, will have it for the 2nd time. Jordan Fogel's okay because he's back in the lineup at a free safety. He's on the near hash mark.
Be alert for this guy being nosy in the running game here. You got safety help over the top.
Jones, and he is sacked back at the 21-yard line. Boy, the Rams are getting a lot of penetration on the first few snaps for the Lobos. Penetration from Devin Phillips, the true freshman from Monroe, Louisiana.
Well, the coaches talk about he's starting to figure out how to play on the college level. He's always been a big physical kid and talent, but he's finally starting to understand what it means to be a college football player.
Double slot formation. Jones now with time, and it breaks down, and he'll go down again. Back at the 17-yard line, and Phillips arrived first on consecutive plays, the 318-pound true freshman. And that is Coach Jancic, the new coordinator on the defensive side for Colorado State. John Jancic has to be pleased with what he's seen so far. And you talk about off schedule, said 3rd and 17.
I think just that effort up front.
Rams drop 8. Jones looks to run, and they'll get him on the ground at the 25-26-yard line. And New Mexico will have to punt it back to Colorado State with the Lobos trailing 7-0. Just 2.5 minutes in. There's Bob Davie, now in his 7th year in Albuquerque, and he turned around one of the most moribund football programs in Division I college football 7 years ago. The rugby-style kick, and it's going to be effective. It'll die at about the 28-yard line. Well, it's homecoming, and the floats made their way in earlier today. This is a beautiful campus in Fort Collins. Everywhere you look, at least the last few years, there's been construction, new buildings going up, and of course, this is year 2 for Canvas Stadium. This is possession 2 for Colorado State, and that is complete, and it'll net about 9 yards on the outside. And it's the first reception for the senior receiver, Olabisi Johnson, out of Bear Creek High School down in Lakewood, Colorado. Where's that? Well, that's a school you know well. You coached there. Let me give you directions.
Yeah, I do directions there.
B.C. Johnson, one of the leaders for Colorado State.
He is a supreme technical route runner.
8 in the box, and they're going to throw Izzy Matthews for a 2-yard loss. Aaron Blackwell again led the charge, number 52. Well, KJ Carter-Samuels transferred from the University of Washington, where he was a 3-year backup, and it came down to UCLA and Colorado State, and he was swayed by the quarterback guru Mike Bobo to come to Colorado State. Colin Hill had gone down with a knee injury. I'm sure that influenced him a little bit. Initially it looked like he was going to go to Westwood. 3rd down and about 2.5. Samuel sets his feet. He's got a deep ball to Olabisi Johnson, and he can't make the catch. He overthrew him just slightly. So on 3rd and short, they look for the home run ball, and Colorado State will have to punt it to New Mexico.
The throw is fine. Taking that shot is fine. However, there's no reason to wait. If you're going to get it and give him an opportunity to go get it, put it up early, because the longer that ball travels in the air, your chances of completing it go way down, way down. Get it up early when he beats him off the line and let him have a chance for it.
Now Marcus Hayes is okay because he's back at his 10-yard line. And by punting average, one of the top punters in college football, Ryan Stonehouse. And this is going to go out of bounds somewhere inside the 20-yard line from Stonehouse. So Colorado State has the early lead. Right, I-25 basically to hit everywhere you need to go in the conference. This has been the best first down play of the game so far for New Mexico. They had just 1 yard on first down prior to that carry by Tyrone Owens.
It's a real good job to make sure you keep your guy involved, keep his mind in it. Had the early turnover, and he's continuing to play. Now with the one-back set, 3-4 wides.
RPO for Jones, nowhere to go, looking to escape. And he'll throw it away. Good decision. CSU brings a blitz, and it is complete out to the 42-yard line. Nice catch by Delane Hart-Johnson, 16 on the advance, first down Lobos. That's the big target for New Mexico. He's 6'3" and about 220 pounds, the senior from Philadelphia.
Absolute man catch right there. I mean, phenomenal strength of hands. We talked about it.
Strong throw by
Strong
Jones,
throw.
too. There's some pressure in his face. Owens. And shooting the gap again with the 8th man in the box. That is the strong safety Jamal Hicks. He's been involved in the run game quite a bit so far in this first quarter.
Yes, and I think keep that in mind, that slant play they just converted. Keep that play in mind. Next to Hart Johnson in the slot, their slot receiver went up the hash with a backer covering him with no deep safety help. They will come back to that play at some point.
Could be the last play of the first quarter. And Jones, he'll have a first down, flip side of the 50 to the 45-yard line of Colorado State. So now the Lobos getting a little rhythm offensively. That was a pickup of 11. And Ellison Hubbard, who had a great week last week in that victory over San Jose, big D tackle. Looks like he needs a blow. He's going to come off the field. Sophomore from Loganville, Georgia, and that will be the final snap for the first quarter. Colorado State, an early touchdown. Colorado State, after the recovery, turned it into 6 on a throw to Preston Williams. 7-0 Rams. Homecoming in Fort Collins, and the Rams enjoying it so far. They have a 7-0 lead on New Mexico, trying to win for the 9th consecutive time against the Lobos. Drew Goodman, Seth Bonner. Brad Thompson's downstairs. This is the new head basketball coach at Colorado State, Nico Medved, and you are not a stranger to Fort Collins. You were here as an assistant a few years back. Welcome home, I guess, huh?
I appreciate that. It's so great to be back, and man, just another day in the office here, right? What a beautiful day in Fort Collins.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Is this a big opening for Owens? And he's going to have it down to the 33-yard line. Another first down for New Mexico, so they're on the move. This is a great, not a good place, this is a great place to recruit to. I mean, you get a kid on campus here, hard to say no, isn't it?
It really is, and it continues to get better and better. Obviously, you can see what they've done with this place here, and they're continuing to make, our situation better with basketball, and it's just such a phenomenal place to go to school, to live, and all of that.
And that's just a couple of yards.
Coach, we got a chance to watch some of your scrimmage today. I mean, what were you most pleased about? I know you guys are still early in the deal. What were you most pleased about? A lot of teaching going on.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I'm glad we don't play Monday, right? I'm glad we still got, No, I thought it was great. Kids just get an opportunity to play in front of the fans. And, we did some good things moving the ball. But, yeah, we're a work in progress. But, those inter-squad things, the longer I've been doing it every year since I've been a head coach, they all go about the same, and about halfway through, you wish the defense was better. Guys, cheat your own play. But I thought the kids had fun and did some good things. And so all in all, I thought it was a productive day.
What are you selling kids on, and fans here in Fort Collins on Colorado State basketball?
I think that, they want to see a group of kids that's connected, that plays together, on both ends of the floor. And I think, I've always said, I think the average fan who comes into any sporting event and you watch it, you can tell when kids are really competing and, pulling together, pulling in the same direction. And so, we really want to play an unselfish brand of basketball, and that's something we're trying to get these kids to buy into, and slowly but surely we'll get there.
Back shoulder throw, Delane Hart Johnson on the stop route. Another first down for New Mexico. That's a pickup of 18, and now the Lobos in the red zone. Well, we'll talk football here for a moment.
Let's do it.
They have scored touchdowns on 80% of their possessions in the red zone, which is one of the best marks in college football. In fact, it's 4th in the country. Owens, and this is Jones keeping the football inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Good deception there. Well, you have some guys to work with. You got a big man, which a lot of schools don't. You got the guy, your namesake, Nico Carvacho, who's played a lot of basketball the last couple of years. He's only a junior.
Yeah, so he doesn't spell his name right, but but no, he really is. He's an excellent rebounder, great hands, plays hard, and we're really looking for him to have a breakout year. And he's been a fun kid to coach, and as you learn really quickly, good players make better coaches.
How excited for you, or were you, when you found out that he was going to stay? There's a lot of talk about him kind of transferring out. I mean, he's a guy that we watched a ton and pretty much owns the glass.
Yeah.
How excited were you for him to stay?
Really excited, and he's such a great kid and has really done, people in the community love him as well. And so I think it's been a really neat thing for him, and really proud of him for making that decision to stay, and obviously made our life a lot easier, and without question. And so, no, we're really happy that he's going to be a big part of this moving forward.
You guys got a couple young freshmen that are outstanding players. Talk about building with some of the young guys getting involved.
Real quick before you answer that, decision now for Bob Davey. It's 4th down, and better part of a full yard for a first down. They're going to go for it. I don't know. I don't think he got there. They handed it off to Zanir Schuler, their 230-pound tailback, and I don't think he got there. That is a big stop for Colorado State. I'm sorry, then, Coach, you were talking about young players.
Yeah, we were fortunate we got the job. We have, two freshmen that came in that we were able to bring with that really look like they're going to have Kendall Moore and Adam Thistlewood look like they're really going to have a major role for us this year. And that's exciting for the program moving forward. So we have really kind of a unique blend of guys with experience, some young guys, and some kids that have sat out, transfers at some other schools, and, trying to blend all these guys together. But really looks like those young guys are going to have a bright future here in Fort Collins.
Absolutely. Well, I know a lot of people are excited about you being back in town. We wish you all the best. We'll see you quite a bit. We have you 8 times on AT&T Sports.
Well, appreciate you guys having me. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
You bet. Thanks.
Thank you.
Nico Medved, first-year head coach
at
at Colorado State. 7-0 back in a moment. Colorado State up a touchdown. They'll have the football at their own 4-yard line after getting a stop on 4th and 1. And it's the senior Jordan Fogle. And John Jancic, the defensive coordinator, loves it. There's not been a ton to shout about, shall we say, defensively for the Rams this year. But that Izzy Matthews picks his way ahead for about 3 or 4 out to the 7-yard line. Matthews played a lot of football. He's a senior from Redding, California. Go all the way back to his first season on campus. He rushed for 590 yards and 5 touchdowns as a freshman. The next year he was over 700 yards. Last year over 600 yards. He's had a fine career for Colorado State. 2nd down and 7. Williams. He's going to be short by about a yard. 3rd down and 1.5.
A little bobble on that catch as well. Some days receivers will tell you that sometimes it doesn't feel right hitting your hands, but right here you see a little bobble on the catch. But Burrell giving him some space. And good tackle.
Yeah, they got the big fullback in there. Adam Prentice, who's one of the best true fullbacks in college football. And go out of the eye, which you don't see much anymore in college football. And the lead block, and Matthews will be really close.
He's got it. Just got it. Sayes came in to finish up, but it's a little too late. I'll tell you, Adam Prentice led the way.
Well, you talking about practice yesterday. Prentice, 46, goes about, there he is in front. He goes about 240. And we were watching him at practice yesterday. You don't need to ask what position he plays. You see him, you go fullback.
Fullback.
He's got a man and a sliding catch by Williams at the 27-yard line. Tell you what, Carter Samuels really has a hot hand. He has put the ball where it's been necessary to put it on every throw so far in this game.
Yeah, he's on the move in the pocket. He should have another touchdown pass to his credit right now, but he is locked in, playing extremely well. 6 of 8 for 50 yards and a touchdown.
this ball is thrown really into coverage. Trying to get it to his tight end, Trey McBride, on a seam route. It'll be 2nd down and 10. McBride was in the end zone against Florida on a similar route.
He's going to come right through here and try to run that skinny post, but I like the next guy out. That's where I would go with the ball. He tries to force it down the middle to the tight end.
Lower in the pad level, getting out to the 30-yard line is Marvin Kinsey. Again, a year ago, Colorado State had the 7th best rushing total in school history, but they've had to replace 4 offensive linemen. Their lead back in Dalen Dawkins, who was tough.
And also the best pass protector as well.
Well, Mike Bobo is on record a number of times. He told us again yesterday, he's told us this in the past, that Dalen Dawkins may be his all-time favorite guy he's ever coached, just because of his work ethic and his toughness. 3rd and 6. And it is complete. He went to the 6-6 wide out this time, sophomore Warren Jackson. That guy's hard to miss.
And I tell you what, the corner has this played, and they come back to the same play from 2 downs ago where they didn't throw the corner out. But he's going to go here and press out. Watch the field corner, this guy. He plays it perfectly, but hey, he is not 6'6". Throw right where it needs to be, and height has its advantages.
23 yards on the advance, and now Colorado State in plus territory. And this is in the flat, and this will be the tight end Butler to the 40-yard line. 240-pound sophomore. He's from Columbia, South Carolina.
Getting everyone involved.
Well, we said this before when we've done Colorado State or watched them. Mike Bobo is an outstanding play caller. He's a guy that when he gets in a rhythm, you get on your heels defensively. Here's Warren Jackson to the 12, maybe the 11. Carter Samuels with another strike. Stanley Barnwell made the tackle, 23 on that pickup.
It's a great route. Watch him stem back up and then snap it off. That's a great job of not just running across the field, but he gets inside, straightens back up vertical, and comes across. That's a great route.
This drive began on the Colorado State 4 after they got a 4th down stop against New Mexico. Good blitz pickup by Kinsey, and a good decision by Carter Samuels. Didn't have anybody, threw it at the feet of B.C. Johnson. Lived for another snap, 2nd and 10.
I never liked cut blocking when you're in more than a 3-step drop. And there's a cut block right there. If he doesn't get rid of that ball, Carter Samuels, and then he's going to take one in the back. That's a good job of being aware by KJ to get that ball out of there.
Trips to the near side on 2nd and 10. New Mexico brings 4. Carter Samuels escapes. Carter Samuels takes a big hit around the 3-yard line. Very close to a 1st down. We'll see. Rashawn Epting will get up last. Number 11 for New Mexico. This was Epting who put the pressure on initially, and watch him recover.
He is extremely versatile.
He's a hard-playing kid, isn't he?
He is. And light, undersized for the things that he does at only 218 pounds.
3rd and a yard. So back into the game, the fullback Adam Prentice. They'll offset. And Matthews met right around the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got there.
He was short.
And now a decision for Mike Bobo. Barnwell was involved defensively, number 9 again.
I mean, they just stacked him up.
Ebatoe made initial contact, 230-pound backer from Phoenix. Colorado State will go. Give New Mexico a chance to return the favor. And spinning over the top, I think, for a first down is Matthews.
There was nothing there underneath. He got up big time.
Yeah, that's a great effort. I think you're absolutely right, Seth. If he lowers the gear, he's not getting that first down. He had to go airborne.
He did.
Yeah, a lot of bodies in there, man. 22 on the field, and 20 had to get off the grass. First and goal. Full house backfield. Carter Samuels, he'll walk in. Touchdown, Colorado State. He ran a naked there, and he was naked to the end zone. You want to talk about an impressive drive. 96 yards in 16 plays, Seth.
This is beautiful. Watch what he does to poor Brandon Shook here on the edge. He hasn't played. He's waiting, and look, he still doesn't know. I mean, that's how good. That's how good that action was. That play action. I mean, that was awesome.
Wyatt Bryan on to attempt the extra point. Well, you're in the goal line, so you got to make a commitment, and once you make it, you're done. And that was really well designed, and the extra point is good. And Colorado State, with 4:24 to go in the first half, has a 14-0 lead in Fort Collins. Easy bonfire from last night on homecoming. Colorado State trying to win their 9th straight against New Mexico. Last year was a tight game, a field goal game, 27-24 down in Albuquerque. Carter Samuel's been outstanding so far, 14 out of 19. He's been efficient. See how New Mexico responds. They moved the ball exceptionally well their last time, but the drive stalled at the 4-yard line when they went for it on 4th and 1. Pretty good coverage again by the Rams. It'll be the 23-yard line, the starting point for New Mexico. It's first and 10. Jones gets a double move, got a man wide open, and it'll go inside the 15, 10 to the 5-yard line. Completed to Anselm Ume. He was all alone. Huge play for New Mexico. First and goal. Lobos pick up a 53.
The reason he's alone is because they catch the young fella right here, looking in the backfield and being greedy. Watch the stutter move and the takeoff. Slant and go. And eyes in the backfield for Ajayi, and a beautiful throw and catch.
Owens, no gain. Well, Rashad Ajayi, the true freshman, was the cornerback of the week in college football last week. He graded out better than any cornerback in college football last week. And he bid on the sluggo, man.
Sluggo, love the sluggo. I don't see enough sluggo. That's awesome. He did get back and fight and give his team a chance to shut it down here on the red zone.
And Owens got shut down. He'll lose a yard on that carry. That was Cameron Carter, another true freshman. The Rams are playing a lot of youngsters on defense.
Watch him shoot through here. Watch him come through that, knife through that gap. Owens trying to make the cut, you can't do it.
3rd and goal. Delane Hart-Johnson wide to the near side. And Jones is taken down back at the 12-yard line. It was Caleb Smith who's had a big first half. He forced the fumble early in the game that produced Ram points, and now he gets a sack here on 3rd down.
He's been all over the field and just continues to fight. They're not bringing much pressure. He's just the only one really fighting to get through there. And obviously, Sharon Jones didn't like what he saw.
Andrew Shelley's come out. He's a redshirt freshman from Albuquerque. So far in the field goal department. He has been solid, put on scholarship, in fact, 2 weeks ago. This will be a 29-yard attempt. And Shelley squeezed it through the right upright. So New Mexico is on the board, and it is 14-3. The Rams and New Mexico both trying to do something they haven't done in a year, win consecutive games. Lobos won last week in Las Vegas, and Colorado State won last week in San Jose. And Brad is ready with the head coach, Mike Bobo. Go ahead, Brad.
Coach, you had a couple of huge fourth downs, both offensively and defensively. How would you be able to win up front?
Well, it's been a little bit of a challenge offensively. They're doing some things to hurt us, but I felt like we had a great drive, starting it backed up and wanted to get a touchdown right there. Good job by our offense getting it. Defense, I think, is playing great. You know, they ran the double move on us, had a big play on the freshman, but we bowed our neck and got to stop in the red zone there. We got to stop in the red zone earlier with the fourth down. They were flying around on defense. We got to limit the explosive plays. They got some explosive guys on offense, and then we got to do a better job on offense of running the football.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Well, pretty good summation by Mike Bobo of what we witnessed in the first half. His defense, much maligned, is flying around. The Lobos scored 50 points last week. They're averaging 42 a game. They have but a field goal at the break. 14-3 Colorado State. 67th meeting between Colorado State and New Mexico. It dates back to 1935. And the Rams right now leading 14-3. To get a perspective on New Mexico's first half, check in with Brad Thompson. Brad, what'd you learn from Coach Davey?
Well, he said the difference in the game were the 2 turnovers and the 2 fourth down plays. And the difference he wants to make in the second half is his defensive backs against those big, tall wide receivers of the Rams. They've got to go up and make plays. That's what he's concerned about the most. The Rams getting down the field and some big plays offensively. So wants those DBs to make some plays on the ball.
Well, they'll get tested here initially because Colorado State will have the football. Back deep for Colorado State is Anthony Hawkins, just to the west of Fort Collins. So Colorado State will have it at their own 25 to begin. A new football facility inside the stadium, 81,000 square feet. Throw it in the flat, and BC Johnson is going to lunge ahead to the 33-yard line. Michael Sewell and D'Angelo Ross combined to bring him down. It's pickup of 8 on first down.
This extended run with the bubble screen there to Johnson.
Izzy Matthews is offset behind Samuels. And he'll get the carry here, and he'll spin ahead for a first down out to the 37-yard line. The runs haven't been real sexy from Colorado State's standpoint, but they've been efficient enough. Again, it's still a far cry as they evolve offensively with the running game from where they were a year ago.
Well, it's still trying to work those offensive linemen in, and again, today you've got guys in and out of the lineup up front, so they're trying to piece some things together, and they're doing a good job.
And now this is broken up as Marcus Hayes was playing robber there.
He was playing robber. Was never seen by anyone on the offense.
Carter Samuels been so good in this game, but his last 4 have been incompletions. 2nd and 10.
That's kind of been the theme throughout the season. You play well, and then all of a sudden you have that lull. And again, it goes back to being able to lock in and stay focused up for whatever you're doing the whole time.
Blackwell back in there, and they double Blackwell, and they run off left tackle for 4 yards. Rashawn Epting there defensively, number 11. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Johnson in the slot.
McBride resets on the other side of the formation. 6 coming for New Mexico, and they tried to get it to McBride, and he let him a little too much. So New Mexico gets a stop, and Colorado State will have to punt again.
Just a poorly thrown ball. He's got a little pressure, but he has time. You got time, just get the throw out.
You let him too much, you can see that's a beautiful view of it from the end zone.
He never gets his track down correctly. He stands there with an open stance and almost tries to flick it. In essence, that ball kind of tails away from the receiver.
Marcus Hayes off the punt from Ryan Stonehouse, who had 2 blocked against Florida. And this thing is a missile. It's going to end up in the end zone. Punt of 54, but again, they'll take it out to the 20-yard line. Wissett Bonner and Brad Thompson and our entire AT&T Sportsnet crew. Drew Goodman from Fort Collins, Colorado, and Canvas Stadium. The Rams on home coming up 14-3. And the Lobos run a little misdirection. They got a big opening. They'll have a first down out to the 38-yard line for Tyrone Owens. It's a big jump there, 18 yards. Brought down by number 18, Braylon Scott.
It's a counter, good lead up inside. I believe it was Aaron Jenkins or Teton Saltz. Does a nice job of clearing out the edge, kicking out Josh Watson so he can run up inside.
They do have a creative run game, don't they? And a flag comes in as they run a jet sweep. Lilly's still going, run out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Offside, number 42 of the defense. The penalty is declined, the first down.
So New Mexico, 18 and then 20, and they're on the move.
O.J. Jean. It's got that eerie vibe to it if you're a Colorado State fan.
Yep, Owens with a decent gain on first down, straight ahead for 5. Will said the second and third quarter, in particular for Colorado State, has been a disaster this year. They're minus 82 points in those 2 quarters. And last week, Mike Bobo said in the third quarter, where they had a 28-0 lead, and then it was 30-28 San Jose State, he said that was the worst quarter in the history of football. Not for Colorado State, period. And here's Jones to the edge. And he's run out at the 20-yard line. New Mexico getting big chunks.
I tell you what, that's a great job by Ume outside. It's a zone read, and you see everyone crash down. You got to hang out, but look out here. Ume outside fighting with Rashad Ajayi to allow his quarterback to pick up some yards and take no shots and get out of bounds.
And that's the big key. Again, Sharon Jones, one of 3 quarterbacks used by New Mexico this year. They're already 2 down. This is Lilly with some space. And he shows those great wheels. Lilly toward the end zone.
Wow.
That's a touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown, Lilly and New Mexico from 23 yards out.
Another way to get a quick screen, ball in his hands. You talked about he needed more touches. You just said that last drive, partner. They're going to motion him back in, come back and throw him while he's still moving. Puts a lot of pressure on these guys here to come up and make a tackle. But a good attempt at a crackback there by Ume. And the defense takes the wrong angle, goes around.
So they'll go for 2 here. And Jones will walk into the end zone. Ball came out.
He was across the line.
It looked like he was across. And the linesman now coming in saying he got it across. So the outcome of who recovered the fumble is insignificant. The 2-point conversion is good. It is 14-11. New Mexico, a touchdown from Lilly, the history major. He was an academic All-Mountain West Conference player a year ago as well. He gets in the end zone, the 2-point conversion, makes it a field goal game. But I think the momentum changed with the defense led by Blackwell. Aaron Blackwell's had a big game. He's lived in the backfield of Colorado State.
Well, eventually they had to start double teaming, and they did that. And then they were able to do some things, but he had set the tempo and the tone for that defense. And there's Kevin Cosgrove. This guy's seen a lot of defensive football, and he raves about Aaron Blackwell and his motor and how hard the kid plays. He also loves their other inside guy, Cody Baker.
So New Mexico kicking off from midfield. We'll still kick it deep. Prentice back in. And they'll give it to Prentice. The up back, that's a good call. He'll get 9 yards.
Great call.
Actually, let me correct that. That was Izzy Matthews. Toey made the tackle.
No, that was...
See that, we got to see that again.
This is Prentice. This is the fullback right here. Off the left side.
Yeah, it was Prentice.
Oh, no, he led for
Oh,
Izzy.
he
That's
led for Izzy. That's why we got confused. Or Izzy led. And a slant. DC Johnson trying to get out the gate. He's still on his feet. Inside the 12 to the 10-yard line. Willie Hobdy finally got him down. Huge play, 45 yards.
This is one of those little subtle moves. Watch him catch. He's going inside, but he reverses and gets back outside immediately. No wasted time or movement. Ball's in his outside hand, so look how he can use his left arm for the stiff arm. I mean, that's the standard. That's his nickname, the standard.
And this is the first carry of the ball game for Marcus McElroy out of Mullen High School down in the Denver area. Inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Packs a punch. He's about 220. The sophomore. 5 catches, 81 yards for Olabisi Johnson. Hawkins is in the game on offense. He's in the slot to the top. When he comes in, he plays defense too. They like to run jet sweeps with him. Here he comes in motion, and they fake to him, and that was Colin Hill at quarterback. And he got it down to about the 4-yard line.
It was actually Trey McBride.
Trey McBride,
running some wildcat.
15.
Yeah, running some wildcat. Just a different look. You see, they run the zone read, and he takes it up inside. And if you're a guard there, you got to get upfield. His guard slows him down, Wesley. He's got to get upfield.
McBride still in the backfield in the wildcat. And he drives to the 4. He needed to get to about the 2-yard line. He's going to be short. That's interesting. Nobody's seen that look before, but on 3rd down, where you're looking to, at the very least, get a first down, you have a true freshman running a wildcat.
And right there, he forgets to allow the back to get by him. Look, he snaps it before, so they're discombobulated, disjointed at the start. He's still fighting.
Colorado State's going to have to go for 3. And Wyatt Bryant makes the 22-yarder, and it's 17-11.
I get wanting to change it up a little bit, but I'm gonna get in if you want to get in the power package, get in the power package. And let your guys come downhill.
That turns into a win for New Mexico in terms of keeping them out of the end zone.
Makes that huge play by BC Johnson. Kind of wipes it out a little bit.
Brian's kicking it into the wind, so this is going to be returnable for Lilly at the 5. Trying to get to the wall. Breaks the tackle, and he's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So now New Mexico will have it, we'll call it their own 31-yard line, and they're going to bring Patrick Reed in. They did this last week. Reed has a package where he runs plays. He's a wide out, and he's dropped for a yard loss. Not fooled on the play was Josh Watson, the senior from Blue Springs, Missouri. Well, we spent a lot of time with Josh yesterday. What a fine young man he is.
Absolutely, and really, you can see he's kind of emotional about, this is his last year. He wants to put everything into what he's doing and be in the moment. A good, sure tackle on an athletic Patrick Reed.
Jones back in, and a broken tackle is going to lead to a first down. On the outside, it's Anselm Ume. First down, Lobos.
I think this is the one thing that's kind of understated is the wide receiver crew for New Mexico. These guys, in different ways, have tremendous skill sets.
Owens up the middle, drives to midfield. Good gain on first down. Picking up your thought on the wide receiver group. We talked to Calvin McGee last week, and he came from Arizona, and Rich Rodriguez, and he said because they were a triple option team, New Mexico, he was pleasantly surprised, there's Coach McGee, on how good the wide receiver room was, the talent in that room.
You don't think of it being able to be that good.
50-50 shot for Hart Johnson, and it's over his head, so it'll be it'll be third down and a long 4. Coach McGee on the right. Third and 4, here comes the sellout crowd. Jones complete, but short of the first down. They're going to give him progress to about the 47, so it'll be 4th and 1. Josh Watson wrapped him up, but it is a full yard. And here comes the punting unit for Coach Davey, which, still a full quarter and 50 seconds to go. Seems like the right move.
As you catch that ball, Jeffrey Jones has got to get upfield immediately.
Well, they're down a couple tight ends.
They are, and Jones is getting his first start, but that left foot has to plant as soon as you catch that and dive upfield if you have to. You're a yard short. You need that first down.
Tyson Dyer. And what a punt. It backed up. It hit at the 2 and took the right roll for New Mexico. So Colorado State will have it at their own 7-yard line, a 41-yard punt. They give it to the up back, no gain. Again, that was Izzy Matthews lining up as a fullback. Got a first down with the similar play on the last drive. City, Tamavena with the tackle. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. 3 chapters closed at Fort Collins on homecoming. Colorado State up by 6. They have the ball for the 2nd and 10 as we begin the fourth quarter. Let's check in downstairs with weather looming. And Brad.
Guys, down here on the field, the temperature has certainly dropped. The wind has picked up since halftime. What's important for the Rams right now, the wind is at their back. So we'll see if they'll be able to throw the ball a little bit better, but the stadium lights are on, some dark clouds moving in.
All right, Brad, thank you. I formation on this 2nd and 10 for Carter Samuels. And Izzy Matthews cut down again right around the line of scrimmage. So that'll set up 3rd down and long for the Rams. That's 26 again. City Tamavena. And Tamavena is a senior from Renton, Washington. Don played on the Fiji national rugby team. How about that? Dad can tackle and his kid can tackle.
And his brother can tackle as well.
Yep.
He's up at Utah State.
Utah State's off to a great start. And B.C. Johnson, did he catch it? No.
Short hop.
Out of bounds.
This is where you got to have some pocket presence. You got to have a little pocket presence. You see him standing there, kind of fading away, throwing it. Yeah, there it hits the ground.
Out.
You got to have a little pocket presence. Step up in there and throw the thing. You've got such a strong arm.
And now you're going to have to punt it out of your own end zone. And again, 9 tight to the line of scrimmage. New Mexico's not going to come after it.
Beautiful kick.
Yeah, Stonehouse is going to drive Hayes back to the 35. Big opening up.
Lots of room.
He's got a ton of room. He's got one to beat on the sideline. And he's knocked out at the 10-yard line. What a return by Marcus Hayes. That is a classic. He outkicked his coverage there, did Stonehouse.
You had a bunch of bigs in protection, but Stonehouse totally redeems himself and stops his touchdown. Watch him come over and force the cutback, but still gets enough to pull him out of bounds.
62-yard punt, but a return of 54.
Missed tackles. Izzy Matthew missed the tackle. But Stonehouse comes back and helps finish it off.
Short field for the Lobos. They're at the +13. Jones has a screen set up. He's got blockers to the 5, to the 2, maybe the 1. Goes Tyrone Owens.
Nice. This is basically a screen downfield set up. Jeffrey Jones doing a good job out in front. Emmanuel Harris gets the big crackback block on that play before it started.
Owens dropped the ball. Bad mesh. And I think he was able to fall on it.
We saw one of those before with CSU getting away with it. But this is on the quarterback here. This is 100% on the quarterback.
It was like he was trying to pull it back out.
Yeah, that's fortunate right there.
So it's 2nd and goal.
But a wasted down nonetheless, dude.
Delane Hart-Johnson singled up to the top of the screen. They throw a fade in that direction, and he high points it for a touchdown.
Did you see the hands, though, through the whole catch and the contact?
We've seen him do that in the past, where he won't even tuck it away. He just squeezes the ball. Touchdown, New Mexico, and their extra point away from going in front.
And they knew it was coming. They 100% knew it was coming. Well thrown ball, and really a great job by this Lobo team to come back and potentially here take the lead. And CSU finds themselves in the exact same position they were in a week ago.
Delane Hart-Johnson, 6'3", 220. And the extra point tacked on by Shelley. And it's 18-17. The Lobos, who were down 14-0, take a fourth quarter lead.
Now, this is a well-thrown ball. The defense knows, but look at the hands. And you could try to knock it out too. And that's just strong. High point, keeps it away from his body, both feet down. Ball is not moving.
You're taught to violently rake the arms in that situation, shoot through the hoop, but his arms and his grip were stronger than anything you were trying to do.
It was like the kids trying to grab onto your arms.
Hawkins bringing it out. And he'll get it to the 23-yard line. Blackwell came off the field on this 3rd down. They bring 4. Samuels in trouble, throws it up, and was it caught? He caught it for a 1st down. I thought that was going to get picked off. Somehow Williams caught the football. 1st down, Colorado State.
If you're a defender, you've got to just knock this thing down. I don't even know how he got it in there. Just throws it up. Could have been pass interference. Could have been pass interference here. They're on him early.
Yeah, that probably was pass interference. I don't know how he caught that. So Colorado State, despite that, still a good field position. And here's a big opening for Izzy Matthews. He'll get 8 or 9. One of his better runs of the day. Marcus Hayes brought him down. Colorado State with the clock moving. 8:20 to go in the 4th quarter. They're at home. They trailed by a point. At halftime, they led 14-3. Carter Samuels, a really big 1st half. 2nd half, it's been a tougher go on the ground. 1st down, Izzy Matthews. He ran into number 45, Eva Towie, and he won that collision.
Yeah, Towie went bouncing off.
On the 48-yard line in New Mexico, Colorado State will put it in play with a fresh set of downs. Kinsey takes the football. And he'll get 3. Remikin with the tackle. Well, Mike Bobo's kind of old school in how he likes to run his offense. I mean, he likes high formation stuff. He likes to run, and play pass. And you got to be able to run to play pass.
Great formula.
Carter Samuels. And he's got a man wide open. If he could stay in bounds, he could get in. Williams, wow, with a deep out cut, and they're going to mark him out at the 19-yard line. He turned the DB around, didn't he?
This is an alert bench route, and he gets it on the backside. But watch it, inside stem, the good head fake inside. I mean, Burrell's a good corner. He's a competitive corner. But he has given Burrell fits today. That's a beautiful route.
They're in field goal range already. They're thinking 6, though. 26 yards on the pickup. And shooting through the middle for about 5 or 6 is Kinsey. Michael Sewell will get credit for the stop. Kinsey's the most explosive running back in the stable for Colorado State. He's got the best straight-ahead speed. 206-pound junior from Atlanta, Georgia, and Riverwood High School.
More of a base defense here.
Carter Samuels underneath throw.
He's short.
In the end zone.
He's short. He's not in. He is short.
He is inside the one. Butler. It'll be 3rd and goal right there.
And that's if you're CSU, you're fine with this.
Matthews. I don't think they're going to give him the score. Wow, now a decision. Now a decision. They're going to kick it. Maybe not. They started on the field. Mike Bobo waved them off.
I'd let the time run all the way down and then call timeout if I have to. I have 2 timeouts left. The ball is behind on the right side. I would let it run all the way down. Ball is here. There's that line. That never gets there. That's a tremendous effort.
I'll tell you what. This is why I'm glad I'm not a head coach. Make a decision here. You got to take the lead. That's the thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're home. Let your defense play.
Good snap. Good hold. And
he
the kick was missed. He missed it. From point-blank range, the all-time leading scorer for Colorado State, Wyatt Bryan, missed it. Here it's New Mexico 18, Colorado State 17 after the missed chip shot. Now the Rams have to get a stop. New Mexico wants to put together some first downs. Both teams.
CSU has all 3.
The timeout situation, CSU with 3, just 1 for New Mexico. And the Rams will call a timeout immediately.
Right here is when maybe you're going to get one of these shots on one of these plays because you're getting man coverage.
Jones is coming to run the football, and he's going to get dropped at the 25-yard line. He'll set up 3rd and 5, another timeout. Josh Watson made the tackle. Well, they're going to throw it. And they'll get a drop at the 32-yard line. That was Jones who had a chance.
I don't understand that. Number 7 and number 2 have been the most dominant receivers on the field. And then you go to a backup tight end who the ball hits him in the hands. You got to catch that. That's a great throw. You got to catch it.
Safe throw, little stick route. And now New Mexico, with 2:12 left, will punt it back to Colorado State. So the Rams will have a timeout and plenty of time on the clock. Down 18-17. It's going to die around the 27-yard line. So that's where Colorado State will have it, a punt of 48 yards. Conference standings brought to you by your Colorado Chevy dealers. The Mountain Division looks like this. Entering play today, Utah State, and they were winning big earlier. We look to go to 5-1, 2-0 in conference play for Coach Wells. Strange to see Boise State with a 3-2 record, isn't it?
It is, it really is. But Power 5 loss, and then you lose to San Diego State.
And that's the deal with the Rams. You know, a lot of people disappointed in these parts with the start for Colorado State, but they've played 3 Power 5 teams. Colorado, they're unbeaten. They're getting ready to play Southern Cal tonight. Arkansas was a fine win. Arkansas is struggling, and then you go to the Swamp. They played well for a half against Florida, but they lost down there. Carter Samuels. And that is complete to the 42-yard line. He had time, and he found Warren Jackson. First down, and again, the clock stops to move the chains in college football. So you really have a little more time than you would if you're used to watching the NFL on Sunday.
It's pressure. Pressure gets home. Kind of throws it away. Does a good job getting deep into the backfield.
Carter Samuels has not played a ton of football, but he is a fifth-year kid. He's actually a graduate student, I should say. And he's been around Washington for a long time now, Colorado State. He's got to understand that you don't need huge chunks right here. You just need to be steady.
He's on the ball right here.
They bring 5 on a blitz. And the back shoulder throw is incomplete. Flag comes in. That was interference as Cameron Butler, who's back in there, was interfered with by Stanley Barnwell.
You just use your technique. Don't grab and hold, and I know you want to be physical.
Pass interference by number 9 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
He's holding his arm. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, let him come out of his break. The ball is severely underthrown. He has no chance to get back to it. That's one of those panic mode things. Your back's turned, you can't see what's going on, and you panic.
You talked to Bob Davie about the technique of defending in man coverage. The back shoulder throw, and it's not easy. You got to face up like he did, but you can't grab the arm. New Mexico again showing blitz. They're going to bring a pressure. Samuels throws it up for grabs, and it is knocked down, incomplete.
That was dialed up beautifully.
Epting was the one who got there.
Watch this design. And Epting comes right around and lays in. That's a good job of laying off, not driving.
This is Brendan Fulton. He's not on the 2 deep. Again, Olabisi Johnson, their best route runner, is down.
But we watched Fulton yesterday. He ran the offense awesome. Does a nice job in the middle of the field running those routes.
They're going to run jaw against the blitz in a big opening. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, Izzy Matthews. And now you're in field goal range. First down, Colorado State. Epting ran him out. This is a good call against the dog. Wyatt Bryant getting loose on the sideline. Hoping for another opportunity. Missed a 21-yarder moments ago. Clock at 1:23. Colorado State with a timeout, and they're at the plus 29-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground.
I think they're just trying to run a little clock and set Wyatt Bryant up again.
Yeah, they want to set Wyatt Bryant up, but they don't want to set him up for a 40-plus yard field goal.
I think they're just trying to use a little bit. You still got a chance to take a shot. You got one of your bookends on each side of the field.
Jackson to the top, Williams, and it is complete to Butler inside the 10. Cameron Butler, one of the emerging stars among tight ends in the conference, with a big reception. He had a linebacker on him from Aveno.
Yeah, we saw one on the other side. New Mexico tried to convert using the linebacker. Cameron Butler comes through with the option route for the Rams.
Matthews to the 5. 45 seconds to go. I'll tell you one thing, they want to center the football for a field goal. The last one was from the near hash. Matthews running wide, gets to the 4. Now you'll get a timeout once this clock winds down. Now New Mexico will call the timeout with 18 seconds left. Well, here's the deal. It's a tight formation, so he's going to just slide to his right and center the football, put a knee down. Well, Wyatt Bryant is going to have a straight-on kick. Here's the kick from the inside the hash mark from a few minutes ago.
That was just inside.
This is an extended extra point. It is a 25-yard field goal attempt.
Guys, Wyatt Bryant did not warm up. He didn't take any practice kicks after missing that last one this whole drive. He's just ready to go in there and kick, but he did not warm up. He's a confident young man.
Yeah, and the other thing you always have to remember, you never mention these guys, but, you know, Ross Reeder was a freshman snapper, and he was a highly recruited snapper nationally. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. And Ryan Stonehouse. He's going to hold. Here we go for the game. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is true. And Wyatt Bryant wins the football game on his second attempt, 2018. Colorado State has defeated New Mexico for the 9th straight time. You know what? In athletics, it always comes down to individuals, and I feel really good for that young man because he was devastated a moment ago. Good football game, both ways.
Hard fought football game.
Well, Carter Samuels ends up throwing for 311 yards, and he made all the right moves on the last 2 drives in particular. He threw a touchdown early in the game, his 16th of the year. You know what, for a kid that had to really wait his turn at Washington and then comes to Colorado State, each week we watch the tape, he's getting better and better, isn't he?
He really is, and it's a testament to him because he knows Colin Hill's sitting back there waiting for his turn, but he just continues to come out and make plays. It might not always look the prettiest, but this kid just continues to battle and make plays for his team.
He's happy, and I know his head coach, Mike Bobo's pleased. He's with Brad.
Coach, how were you able to come back in this one after that missed field goal and still come back and get the win?
Well, we talked about all week that every game we play is going to be a dogfight, and we got to get our mind right. And at halftime, I said, I don't care what happens, we got to find a way to win this game. And it's all about trying to seize our opportunities in moments. We missed a lot of opportunities, but we've made enough opportunities count to find a way to win. I'm proud of our guys for playing their tails off. New Mexico played their tails off too. It was a great game, a really good defensive game, but just proud of our guys finding a way, and I'm glad Wyatt made that kick right there at the end.
Tell me about Wyatt there, missing that kick and then able to come back. He didn't even warm up. He was ready to go back in there.
Yeah, when we got down here in field goal range, we want to still try to be aggressive, but I also want to try to bleed out the clock and have a last kick to win the ball game, kind of similar to what we did against Arkansas, but we ended up scoring. Did a nice job of managing the clock. We executed our bullseye, put it in the middle of the field, and we made the kick. So great day to be around.
2 wins in a row here, Coach. How do you continue this momentum?
Well, we got to continue to do the things that we've done since this open week, and that's go out and work and realize we got a long way to go as a football team. But we just got to keep improving. I believe we're improving. Now we got Boise on a short week. at their place, and we're going to enjoy this one, but we got to turn it around tomorrow because we're going to get after it tomorrow and go to work and practice.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
It was fun today. The final score, Colorado State 20 and New Mexico 18 on homecoming in Fort Collins. For Seth Bonner and our entire AT&T Sportsnet crew, I'm Drew Goodman saying good night from Fort Collins. Have a great weekend, everybody.